Hey guys, welcome back to the third episode of the What's the Go podcast. So today we'll pretty much be talking about everything footy, trades, and our Australian team. So let's get into it. So now that we've done the intro, we're going straight to the Clayton Oliver situation, which some of you may know about, some of you might not. So Clayton Oliver, he told Melbourne that he'd be up for a trade to either Adelaide or Essendon, and Adelaide, they probably could use the extra run of the midfield, and so should Essendon. But what's your thoughts, Jaden, on this?
Very, very big deal. Obviously, trying to get number one pick Harley Reid. Well, I don't think, sadly, will be as good as Oliver will be. Especially when right now you're trying to win a premiership, not in years to come. You're trying to win and build up your team now. And I think Oliver is not a good. It's not good to get rid of him because he's probably arguably the best player in the comp right now.
Yeah, but like Adelaide, it's risky getting Clayton because he has had a bit of an injury period, and he might not come back to in his prime. And I don't feel like it's worth giving up our pick 9, which is Riley said is sort of position, Zane Dersma sort of position. But we could offer our round 2 picks and 21, 24 maybe. But I would keep our pick 9 close. And obviously, because Shane McAdam did request a trade to Melbourne in that time, we could put Shane McAdam into the question. So, yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, West Coast next year might be able to, or this year might be able to trade number one pick for Tim English from the Bulldogs, and then Bulldogs trade number one pick to Melbourne for Clayton Oliver. I read on AFL on TikTok on AFL trades. That's what I read.
Nice. So now we're going on to a little game. It's called Guess the Player. So I will be thinking of any player all time, and I'll give him Jaden hints, but he has to guess it in 5 goes. All right, let's go. All right. So I have one player in mind, and here's the first hint. He played for Melbourne.
Yeah.
You can ask me some questions too.
What position does he play?
He started off as a forward and then ended his career backline. he was delisted in the 2021 season.
Nathan Jones?
No. I'll give you his number was 41.
41. I forgot his name. He's a halfback. He was a halfback, right?
He now plays for Southport.
Don't know.
Have a just guess. Or is that? Are you done?
Jesse Hogan? No, he's still. No.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I don't know.
Jay Lockhart. It was Jay Lockhart. All right. So now Jaden has a player, and I'm going to try and guess it.
So he started off with Adelaide in his career. They delisted him because he got found doing drugs. Now plays for Geelong. Played in the 2022 Grand Final. 4 goals, yeah.
Yeah! Let's go! So, because I guessed that first try, we're just going to do another round. So, my player, I'll give you one hint. He's a tall forward for a team in Victoria.
What team does he play for?
Bulldogs.
Aaron Norton?
No.
Jamara?
Yeah, it was Kamara. So because Jaden gets that second try, now Jaden's gonna tell me a player. Well,
Alright, so he started his career with Sydney. And then he went for Hawthorn. Then he got traded to Hawthorn. And then he got traded to
I'm too good. I'm too good. Yes, sir. So now that we're done with that, we're going on to the breakout 2023 AFL player. And for mine, I think I'm going to go Isaac Rankin. Just hear me out. He played for Gold Coast, so I knew he was something special. But even with his injury he had, like his hamstring that he had against Melbourne late in the year, he was still putting up the numbers in like the last 2 games. And he actually had his highest average goals and disposals season in his whole career. So that's what I'm going for. Jaden, who's yours?
young talent from Sydney, Errol Gordon in his second season, plays on the wing, probably controversially robbed for second spot in the Brownlow, only getting one.
He could have won it though, couldn't it? He could have won it.
Yeah, 42 disposals and 2 goals. And then I got 1 vote, and then that was controversy. And then he's improved his game a lot, averaging about, I think it was about 25 disposals or something per game, which is pretty good for a winger. Only in his second season, might be the closest winger we've probably seen to Isaac Smith, how good he was in his early days. Obviously, he won 4 premierships with the Cats and Hawks. That's all I got. Zane, back to you.
So now we're going to move on to the unluckiest player that is a free agent in 2023. So for mine personally is Tariq Newchurch. He didn't get any chance with the Crows this season. He proved it in the sample. He was great in the sample. Played every game with them. I don't think he was a bench player. And I reckon if Shane McAdams are part of that Melbourne deal with Clayton Oliver, he could have filled in that spot of Shane McAdam and been like another Indigenous star with Isaac Rankin. But they just didn't give him a game really this season, so he didn't get like much. He couldn't get much experience because he wasn't played. What do you think, Jaden?
I think it's James Jordan. I love the way he goes around it. He's a great winger. He's got a great run, long distance runner. He can get some effective disposals, and obviously one of the more defensive wingers in the game. Obviously played in the grand final. Won the grand final. I think that's it. Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. So now we're going to be moving on to. So me and Jaden are going to choose one player who deserved to be in the All Australian team and one player who didn't deserve to be in the All Australian team. So for mine, the player who didn't deserve to be in it is James Sicily. Only because he's been there so much times and he had the same sort of season over and over again. Like he's got some suspensions. He's been like all right, you could say, for Hawks, but if he was on a bigger club, I don't think he'd stand out as much. Like if he was on Collingwood, he'd be a bench player, I think. Like not bench, like bench and starting. But I just feel he didn't deserve it. And for one who I think deserved it is Jordan Butts. Only because Jordan Butts' intercept game grew a heap. And I think if they put him in the Australian team, it would be a confidence booster. And I feel that if he was in the team, because with James Sicily, it's the same season, if you know what I mean. Like, he does the same things each season. With Jordan Butts, like last year, was probably his breakout season into the squad, and he's solidified his place this year. So that's who I think. Okay, what are your thoughts, Jaden?
The person I don't think who doesn't fit into the Australian team is Dan Houston. One, he had a good season, but two, you've got 5 talls back there and 1 small. Well, arguably he's about a medium-sized Dan Houston. I reckon pull Dacos out of the midfield, put him back there, and bring Lockie Neal in. He had a good year. Probably didn't deserve the Brownlow, but I reckon he still deserves to be in the Australian team.
Yeah.
Back to you, Zane.
So that has been the end of the episode 3 of the What's the Go podcast with me and Jaden. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll be back with more. See ya.